Welcome back, folks, to the Lucha Review, where the 30 years of summer continue. And in tonight's main event, we have some unique challengers with some unique rules. Rule number 1, you gotta keep the lights low. Rule number 2, you can't get them wet. And rule number 3, you do not feed them after midnight. Very unique attraction, very unique film. It's Gremlins 2, celebrating its 30th anniversary right here on Lucha Review. So tag yourself in, and let's take on the nerdy and dirty.
In 1990, Gizmo and friends reunited for the long-awaited sequel to the 1984 smash hit, but there was no attempt to recreate its magic. While Gremlins is one of the world's first horror comedies, Gremlins 2 emphasizes the comedy and immediately sets the tone with the help of Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Bugs Bunny was celebrating his 50th birthday that year, and for this opener, Chuck Jones came out of retirement to animate his creations one last time. Making no attempt to outdo what Gremlins had already done, the story moves to New York City and contains so many parodies you'd think Mel Brooks had written it. Gremlins 2 parodies Donald Trump with the use of Daniel Clamp, and the fun continues as they playfully salute Grandpa Munster, Batman, the Phantom of the Opera, and several other iconic characters in films. In Gremlins 2, nothing is sacred and no one is safe. Not even the original movie.
They're eating in an airplane and they cross a time zone. I mean, it's always midnight somewhere.
Not all of these salutes are in your face, though. Gremlins 2 is one of the first movies to employ Easter eggs, and if you look closely, you'll notice just how many nods the film really has to the movies that captured our imaginations over the years. Adding to the excitement are the many celebrity cameos. Christopher Lee, John Astin, Leonard Maltin, Bubba Smith, Dick Butkus, and Hulk Hogan all make appearances, while Tony Randall voices my favorite character, the Brain Gremlin. I remember loving this movie as a kid, and 30 years later, I loved it as an adult. Understandably, it's not heralded like its predecessor. Audiences were craving a new Gremlin story for over half a decade, and this sequel was really just slapstick parody of the original. Even I was a little disappointed to see the film starting with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, but the change in direction grew on me as the movie progressed. Maybe it's not a champion like the first Gremlins, but it deserves main event status, as it created a formula that's still used to this day with movies like Mars Attacks and Sharknado, which tell their horror stories with celebrities and silliness. The sound of that bell means we are out of time. Thank you again for allowing us into your homes, and be sure to join us next week as the 30 years of summer continue. This has been the Lucha Review.